There you go.
How you doing? You're my favorite person to say. You know, I like to say but every time I see you, how's that? I bought her.
How are you doing today?
What is that? How about you?
All right. We'll see what around what we got today. You know, this is like a soap opera. It doesn't look too impressive, but who knows what it is.
Have we ever contacted him?
Clerk? I thought we had a nominee for clerk.
They did, they nominated, they tabled it, so now they have to vote.
I see she's there now, Lisa. And they say she's qualified, I guess. She's intergovernment knowledge. So hopefully she can withstand the meetings and stay with it. Because we went through 2 already. You know what I mean?
It's fun to talk to.
They're the financiers. We got financial statements, so that's not like that good. Keep saying that so nobody will start suing. Say, we're broke. Don't sue us. It's always good to see you. How you doing today? Good. All right. We always like those thumbs up.
Yeah. See you.
Are you serious?
You're enjoying yourself.
I got this for the next couple of weeks. You got it?
I did it.
Is it possible you put it on the list?
Good evening. I'd like to call the regular scheduled Melvindale Council meeting dated Wednesday, July 16th to order. Can I have a roll call, please? Jackson.
Here.
Abuali.
Here.
Marcy.
Here.
Filipowski. Frederick.
Here.
Carteret. Here. Before we stand, Sam Filipowski is excused. He is on vacation this week. All right, let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Through the chair, tonight I know we have Judge Page here on behalf of the 24th District Court along with the Court Administrator. They have a presentation. They're on Mr. Ortiz's section, but I asked allow the judge and his Court Administrator to go further and leave a motion for council to the agenda.
Moved by Carteret, supported by Jackson. Any discussion? Seeing none, call the vote. Jackson.
Yes.
Abuali.
Yes.
Marcy.
Yes.
Frederick.
Yes.
Carteret.
Yes.
All right. Judge Page, you want to come up to the podium?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for scooting this up. Amanda Brittany here is our court administrator. She's a licensed attorney. She's qualified to be a magistrate at the court. She's scheduled to take some classes through the state to become a magistrate. We currently have a magistrate. He's 68 years old. He may be winding down his practice. We may need a magistrate in the future. We're asking your approval so that Amanda can become a magistrate. It's no extra money. She's not getting paid anymore to do that. But she'll be available for emergencies for us.
All right, so we're looking for a motion to approve Amanda to be a magistrate or for the classes?
Well, to be a magistrate,
Okay.
yeah, she'll have to pass the class, I'm sure she will.
Okay.
So move. Support.
So moved by Marcy, supported by Jackson. Any discussion? Seeing none, call the vote. Jackson.
Yes.
Abuali.
Yes.
Marcy.
Yes.
Frederick.
Yes.
Carteret.
Yes.
Alright, congratulations.
Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate you all.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Take care.
Alright. Moving on to ward presentations and proclamations, assessor, MTT survey update.
Hello everybody again. So I am here for asking for $750 for a survey. We're gonna split 3 ways with Cleveland Cliff Steel, us, and the city of Cleveland. This stems from a tribunal that was raised back in 2023 involving Cleveland Cliff Steel, way before I was ever around, probably back in the 50s, I want to say, when you moved the River Rouge, or before that, back then? 7th, that was way out, sorry. They moved Rouge River, and when they moved that, the boundary line for the city of Melvindale reads to the middle of the Rouge River. So the previous assessor back in 2022 put land on the roll, which then stemmed for a tribunal between us, Cleveland Cliffs, and City of Dearborn. This is kind of drug on. Our attorney, Laura Howard, has been to the Great Seal office, looked for legal descriptions. They don't have anything on it, and it's kind of just sitting out there, just collecting dust at this point. So we'd like to get this taken care of, so we don't incur any more money for the city. So what we're asking through the attorney would be is we split the survey 3 different ways, so it's gonna be about $750. Dearborn will pay a third, we'll pay a third, Cleveland will pay a third. We're gonna get a brand new survey of that entire area, encompassing both jurisdictions, Cleveland Cliffs, and we're gonna overlay the legal description we have over top of that. And when we do that, we'll see exactly what we have. There's roughly about 21 plus or minus acres on each side of Dearborn and us. So it's just gonna see specifically where those boundaries lie. And then once that's done, we'll stipulate that through the tribunal, and that will adjust on our tax roll and Dearborn's tax roll, so that way the taxpayer is not double taxed at this point.
So we're looking for a motion to approve $750 to do a survey to update the property taxes for Cleveland Cliffs.
So moved.
Support. Moved by Marcy, supported by Kurtrat. Any discussion?
Yes.
Through the chair.
Through the chair.
The floor recognizes Wheeler Marcy.
Okay. That's a property that is just on Schaefer Road, just past the Rouge River.
Yes, yeah, there's like some retention ponds right there.
Okay, so that's gotten to where now everybody wants it instead of nobody wants it.
Yeah, I mean, the good part is it's got a good chunk of value on it for the
Yes.
city. So the question is the way it was done was we want to make sure it's done right so the taxpayer's not getting hit double. We want to make sure that once we do this and settle this out, then it'll be, you know, pretty much set for good.
Once that's assessed, is there any back taxes on that or no?
No.
They just, from this point forward?
Correct, yeah, there's a 23 and 24 year that's encompassing, and I think they did petition 25 as well, but those taxes aren't paid yet, so I can't imagine it's gonna move much.
Did AK, all the way from Ford Motor Company, did AK pay taxes on that? Has there been taxes paid on that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but they've been paid to Dearborn?
Well, it's been us and Dearborn, but it's a matter of where the legal description for the boundary line is between the jurisdictions. So the dispute is where the line is between the municipalities.
See, I thought we had landlines or we had that encompassed that land. What happened was when they moved the Rouge River, they encroached on Melvindale more than they did, or they come out of Dearborn, encroached on Melvindale. So that land was actually ours.
Yeah, I think we're pretty close to what we actually have, and I guess I don't know this, I don't want to speak until I see the survey, but it's not going to be anything massively cumbersome if anything for us.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would warn Rich if there was, or Larry if there was an issue I saw coming.
Okay.
So.
Through the chair? Yep, the floor recognizes Don Kurtrat.
Is at $750 between the 3, that's $2250. Is that the quote you've already gotten for a survey, or is it going to be about there? Should we leave that open? I don't want to say it's going to be $750 and then have it come in to be more.
Yeah, so I know that Laura Hallahan's office had gotten a quote for that, and that's probably a month old at this point, so it's probably not a bad idea to, you know, it's going to be right in there. I don't know the exact dollar amount, but it's probably not a bad idea to maybe
move it to 1,000?
Yeah, it'll be less than that.
I'd like to amend my motion to $1,000.
Okay, Madam Second.
Yeah, thank you for that. It'll definitely be less than that, but just, that's not a bad idea.
All right, any other discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Jackson,
Yes.
Abu Ali,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Hartred.
Yes.
Thank you. And just a general update on the department. I know it's been, seems like a long time, it's only been 5 months, but, I've been extremely impressed with Penny, Jess, and, Jacob in there. They've been fantastic. And, you know, they've learned a lot, just, you know, with help asking me questions, things like that, but working in a lot of different counties and different municipalities, I've been very impressed with them, so.
That's
I think
awesome.
Penny's got a really bright future ahead of her, so, so is Jacob and Jess, so thank you guys again, and,
Thank you. All right, financial statement from Alan C. Young.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good to see some familiar faces from last summer. My name again is Jay Wild, and I'm principal with Allen Young & Associates. This is our firm's second year of working on your audit. First year we've been able to issue by June 30th. Took a little extra time last year, but we were right on time this year. So certainly want to thank Rich and Dan and everybody, the Melvindale team. Certainly want to thank Kelly, your Plant Moran person, for the invaluable assistance we received, because we can't complete our job if we don't get everything we need. So everything, you know, fell into place very well this year. I'm giving everybody just a handout so we can go in summary form, rather than going through a 100-page document with a bunch of numbers that nobody wants to spend a whole evening looking at. So first on page 3, just always like to start reminding everyone the responsibility of the financial statements. Management is responsible for the fair presentation of the city's financial statements. Our responsibility as auditor is strictly to give our opinion. So even though we assist with some of the logistics of putting the information in the form of statements, out of that 100-page audit report, really the only 3 pages that relate entirely to us as the audit firm is the independent auditor's opinion. Page 4, we did issue an unmodified opinion on those statements. That is the gold standards in opinions. It is the goal of each and every audit, and what that means is once we completed our procedures and issued the report, everything in our opinion was fairly stated in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. Page 5, very important point, the bottom bullet point, and that is our concept, our objective, and the objective of every audit is to obtain reasonable rather than absolute assurance. What that means is obviously we do not look at every single transaction that takes place. That would be time and cost prohibitive. It's just not the way any audit is done. But because of that, we as an audit firm can only give reasonable assurance that there are not material misstatements. I can't tell you with 100% certainty that there were not any material misstatements. Certainly we do not believe there were any. Our procedures are designed to help us identify any such misstatements, but that is just the concept. An audit is done under reasonable assurance. Page 6, just some required communications for those of you charged with governance. Scope of our audit was as described in our engagement letter. We received complete cooperation throughout the process. Any adjustments that we identified as part of the process were discussed and were corrected and adjusted within the statements as issued. Your accounting policies were consistently applied. We had no disagreement with management on financial, accounting, and reporting matters. And to the 7, we'll look at some numbers. We got comparative numbers for 2024 as compared to 2023. And there's some pie charts that will follow. We'll give a little more detail on that. But got from $2.1 million to $1.4 million. Key thing to keep in mind with liabilities, we're looking at one specific point in time. So that really can fluctuate from year to year. It can vary significantly just depending on what day of the week year end falls on. So key thing is just want to let you know there were not any unusual liabilities, nothing out of the ordinary as far as being delinquent or late. Just all the typical sorts of goods and services received prior to year end, paid after year end. Just all part of the normal business function. Deferred inflows were about the same, around $650,000. Those are typically just items that come in more than 60 days after year end, so just are unavailable to meet your current obligations. Very key number within your fund balance, and this is looking strictly at the general fund, not the city as a whole, but your unassigned portion of the fund balance, and there is a table I'll show you right at the end that shows last 10, 12 years or so of progress. But your unassigned fund balance did grow once again from $5.5 million up to almost $7.6 million. So fiscally, general fund showed a very successful year. Page 8 just gives a pie chart breakout of those assets. Nice thing, you'll see on the left is 2024. Biggest piece of that pie, that dark maroon, your cash and cash equivalents made up $6 million, about half of those assets. So you've got a very liquid asset base at year end. Receivables made up 26% of that balance, and those were all receivables that came in within 60 days. So over 3/4 of those assets were as liquid as they come. So very good on the asset side. On the liability side, your largest liability is due to other funds. So again, this is linked to the general fund. There's just certain expenses and certain costs that are paid out of one fund that are then reimbursed by other funds, just inter-fund activity, again, all part of the normal business function, but that really is an internal liability. It is something the general fund owes, but the city as a whole shows a receivable from another fund that matches up with that. Other liabilities, you've got accrued liabilities of about $260,000, accounts payable of about $270,000. Again, nothing out of the ordinary within those liabilities. Page 10, looking at your revenues and expenditures. First line, going to look kind of unusual, but I will explain that. Revenue was $23.8 million in 2023, $15.3 million in 2024. Someone just looking at this at surface level, it's like, wow, what happened to our revenue? It dropped by $8 million. 2023, as most of you will remember that we're here, 2023 was kind of an anomaly because you received a very large inflow of money for pensions from the state of Michigan, Pension Protection Act. So that makes up almost the entirety of that decrease. So 2023 expenditures also, because that money came in, it was used to pay pension. So revenues and expenses were artificially high in 2023. So those both went down in 2024 to what would be considered more normal levels of activity for the city. So your change in fund balance was about $2.5 million, which brought that ending fund balance to $9.9 million, which again, the undesignated piece of that, looking back at the pages, was $7.5 million. So again, a fiscally solid year for the general fund. Page 11, just a pie chart showing what those revenues are made up of. And again, 2023, those percentages and the breakout of the pie is going to be skewed because of that large pension protection grant. So 2024, your property taxes, almost $10 million, almost 2/3 of the total revenue coming in. Other pieces, all mostly around 10% or less, with the second biggest piece being your state sources, primarily that state share revenue. Page 12, again, with the skewing of the employee benefits and insurance in 2023, that was up to $11 million because of that one-time inflow, made that percentage kind of artificially high. So 2024, much more back to the normal activity you would expect to see, with public safety being the largest component of general fund expenses, almost $5 million, 42%, with the employee benefits and insurance being back to 19%, kind of more what you would expect. Page 13 just gives a 10-year chart showing the general fund unassigned balance, starting with an almost $1 million deficit in 2015, and every single year that balance has went up over the last 10 years. Some years more than other, but that's just amazing to, over a 10-year period, not even to have a slight dip. So, again, fiscally, there's been a lot of great progress. And this is only our second year involved with the audit, but still, the numbers are the numbers, and that shows a lot here on this page. Other thing I just want to mention before closing is, within the letter, there are also comments that are included for deficiencies or weaknesses in the internal control structure. Very nice thing I am pleased to be able to report is there have been a couple comments that have been carried forward for several years relating to account reconciliations not being done timely, also some segregation of duty issues. There's been a lot of hard work that's been done to rectify those. I know I've had a lot of conversations throughout the year, with Rich, with Kelly, bouncing some ideas off of me to say, hey, this is what we're thinking of doing. Will this take care of that weakness? And it's gone now. So those two, again, they've been there for a while, so that has been taken care of. There were a few new items that were reported this year. One was just regarding some items that were entered into without a signed contract in place. And secondly, the one that we had to specifically identify within the report as Expenditures not in compliance with state law was the expenses paid for the funeral for the police officer. Well, certainly that's a tragic event. Looking at the state guidelines, anything that is spent, even so much as flowers for a funeral, are considered to be disallowed costs. So again, that is something that we are required to report. So it's included specifically within the footnotes within the report. Also, when we submit the audited procedures report, the state specifically asks if there were any expenditures not in compliance with state law. So obviously we had to indicate yes, and they asked what page of the report that's included on. So that's something that the state specifically asks for. So that's something, if they have not already, will likely, be sending you a notice wanting some more information, or however they deal with that. So just wanted to make sure everyone was fully clear that that was reported. Again, just a factual case, just based on state constitution, that's not considered an allowable expense. So that was a very high-level overview. More than happy to answer any questions anyone may have.
Any questions?
Yeah, through the chair.
Yeah.
So, just in your experience regarding those funeral expenses, what type of action do you think the state may take?
I honestly have to admit, this is kind of the first time I've ever came across that situation. So I really don't know, what the state will do, other than I know they specifically want to be aware of such a situation. Given the sensitivity of what happened, and certainly the sentiment behind it, and the understanding of wanting to do something, nicely, I really can't speak for the state, and I don't have any experience with having that happen before.
Any other questions? All right.
All right,
Thank you so
thank you very much. Nice to see everyone. Have a good evening. Thank you.
All right. I need an approval or a motion for the regular meeting minutes dated June 18th.
So moved.
Moved by Gertrude, supported by Abu Ali. Any discussion? Yes.
Line 25-06-226 has me as the second. I'm going to make a motion to reconvene all those absent.
Sure. We need to go back through and check. I know this has been happening a lot. Any other discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Jackson,
Yes.
Abu Ali,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Carteret.
Yes.
Alright, I need a motion to remove from the table the appointment of Lisa Powell for the city clerk position.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Gertrude, supported by Jackson. Call the vote, please.
Jackson,
Yes.
Abu Ali,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Carteret.
Yes.
I now need a motion to appoint Lisa Powell for the city clerk position.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Gertrude, supported by Abu Ali. Any discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
I'm sorry.
Oh, oh.
I apologize.
No,
The
it's okay.
meeting I missed was when she was first tabled for this position. So I'm unaware of her qualifications.
Did you get the,
I have just found it.
Okay.
How did she come to us?
she came to a council meeting.
Search or anything?
No, she came to a council meeting, and I don't remember if Linda was still here or not. I think she was, and then, she is a resident of the city. And then after we lost our clerk, she then sent me her email, with her resume. You're welcome. Any other discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Jackson,
No.
Abu Ali,
No.
Marcy,
No.
Frederick,
Abstain.
Carteret.
No.
Alright. Moving on to communications from department heads, public safety police chief.
evening.
Good evening.
So, first thing we have is, the changes with the Civil Service Commission. Everybody's got a copy of that?
What does it look like? No, I do not.
It's in the July 2nd packet, not the July 16th.
I'm sorry?
No, it's in your packet.
It's in both.
Oh, it's in
No, I
the,
don't
I
have
haven't
it.
had it in the July.
I don't have it at all.
Yeah, that is it.
This is it? It looks like this?
It's just colored.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so basically, during our meeting, we discussed the things that we'd be changing. One of the things is before is the first year, before anybody that was going through the police academy would be paid at first year salary. We changed that to the candidate sponsor shall be paid to $17 an hour. Then at the time of hire, I guess 25-0607 moved by rank supported by Bernita to amend the Civil Service Rule 3, Section 2, G4 to be consistent with the Police Department collective bargaining agreement and to read as follows. He at the time of hire successfully complete post-offer physical, psychiatric, and psychological exam. Number 2, successfully complete a comprehensive background investigation. 3, provide employment eligibility verification. And 4, this is where it's been changed, if you're established residency within a 60-mile radius instead of 20. What it used to be. So, I just want to give you the updates on what the new changes will be for civil service.
Yeah, and the reason that it was established by the Civil Service Commission to make the radius 60 miles, that's consistent with the current collective bargaining agreement. So we thought consistency between the CBA and the criteria for hiring should be the same. Chief agreed with that as well, so that's why the commission went along with that.
So then we also approved 6 individuals by the Civil Service Commission for the eligibility list. They were scored by their qualifications, oral interviews that they had, if they were certified, not certified. So that's the current list. You all can have a copy of that as well. So that's just notifying let you guys know about it. Then the next thing is the security company research again. Since we have Code 3 is no longer a security agency that we're using for.
Can you pull that file? Has this already been taken to public safety?
No, it has not.
So it probably should.
Or you know,
start
that's
there.
where, yeah, okay, then that's what we'll do, we'll send it to public safety.
And then after public safety, we can make a recommendation.
So this is just informational at this time, so you guys can review it, this is what we're looking at. And then we'll go from there, once it's approved through safety commission. So it's a little bit of research.
Sure.
Yes, so recognizes Joseph Jackson.
Was this posted? I mean, not posted, but as far as the amount of people that you reached out to.
This is the same list that, part of the list that Don Tripp had established with me.
Okay.
So it's one of the same personnel. So Allied Universal is new. Black Diamond is not new, Jag X is not new, KT Associates Security Armed Security is not new. So the only one that's different on here is Allied.
I'm missing.
Didn't fill either.
Oh, your paper clipped together.
Ah, I see.
You
Okay.
got it now?
Yeah, as I said, this don't look familiar. Okay, all right, gotcha.
Yeah, so the first stapled copy is just kind of a summarization of the security companies. Some of them gave us their contracts, some did not, until it's been approved. But again, this is just informational, get it out there so then you guys can research and, take a look at everything and we can go from there. And then the other thing I would like to hand out, this is our seniority list. I know this is always in question, how many officers we have. Who's on FTO. Kind of where we're at. So instead of everybody being in the dark where we're at, you guys will have a good understanding. So the highlighted people are the people that aren't actively working. They're either on duty disability or administrative leave. Other than that, if you look down, Motion Ahmed, he's doing FTO, so Motion and Bashar Ahmed both only have 2 more months, so they're in their 2nd month of FTO right now, and it's 4 months. Jason, he is on his 1st month, so he's got 3 more months before they will be considered manpower. So as of right now, we have 12 people patrol that are on the streets. So with that, more information. This here is a copy, just a copy of our schedule. This will show you right now where they're being dispersed from. So this is where you show you right now at midnight, we have 3 people working, that's including the sergeant. On days, we have 3 people working, including the sergeant. And then noons, that's where we have 5 people. So obviously noons is where the majority of our calls come from. So that's why noons is more stacked than days and mids. Once they go off of FTO, the 3 that we have, then they'll be put on mids and then also on days as well, where we'll have more people. Once we reach 13 for the new contract, we will be going to 12-hour shifts. So like we're almost there, a couple more months and we'll be going to 12-hour shifts. So with that, also just more information real quick. For the month of June, we had 912 incidences. We had 32 vehicles that were impounded. We had 37 arrests, 3 felony arrests, and 34 misdemeanor arrests. So a little variety of stuff. So I wanted to just bring it to the council's attention. That's what I'm going to start doing, is start giving you totals so you can see where we're at, what we've been doing. We had some activity happen over the weekend. There's already been news press release that I've put out. I'm not going to give any more details at this time, other than there is no threat to the community whatsoever. There is no person of interest because there is no crime leading to this event. I know there's all sorts of rumor mill on Facebook as normal. No, none of that is true. The press release that we put out is basically what it is. There is no person wearing a cheerleading outfit, nobody wearing purple or blue hair. It was not a homicide. So that's what I'm saying. There's just a lot of things that are out there that is untrue. So I'd like to advise you know, the residents that if it doesn't come from the police department or from a reliable source, do not believe what is on Facebook. It just feeds into the fire. So other than that, that's all I have. Thank you so much.
Yes, the floor recognizes Joe Jackson.
So exactly how many, I'm trying to count this, how many officers do we have right now?
12. So per the contract, what it is patrol. So we have, if you look at the sergeants, we have 3 sergeants. Okay, then, Crisco Dominguez is in the detective bureau, so he doesn't really count. We have Milanovic, Hajim, Kini is also in the detective bureau. So,
Okay, so I'm trying to get a little understanding here. You said 12.
I'm sorry.
These officers.
Through the chair.
Hold on a second, he has the floor. Go ahead, Joe.
What you want?
You have the floor, continue.
There's 12 you're saying that is able to patrol right now.
10. I didn't exclude Dominguez and Kini.
Okay, how many officers do we have on payroll?
On payroll, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 21. Yes.
Okay. 21 officers on payroll, and then by, when will the last one be ready to?
The last one, so the son is on his first month, but he has 4 months of FTO, so he's got 3 more months before he's considered manpower. And then you have 2 that have 2 months, so they're halfway through their FTO program. So in another 2 months, they'll be considered manpower.
Okay. Well, 21 is great.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Okay.
Almost there. Yeah.
21 here. That's, all right.
Yeah. Slowly but sure.
Through the chair? Yes, the floor recognizes Don Kirchhoff.
I know we have 21, and you said the civil service okayed the 6 names on this list, but we never voted on how many of those 6 you can hire. There was never a motion about hiring any of them.
There was back in January, and it was 4.
No, that was before, and that was to send people to the academy in January. So we've never voted on the new list, the new eligibility list.
No, she has the floor.
The motion that's on our 24-11-451 moved by Frederick, part of record check to send 4 applicants instead of 3 to the police academy with grant funding.
Correct. Those were supposed to go to the January academy. That's what we were voting on, and now we changed it back to civil service, so now we have to vote on how many of these people we're going to hire.
Okay.
So there was never a motion to hire anybody off of this list.
Through the chair.
Yeah, the floor recognizes Joe Jackson.
Okay, so I brought this up before, and I know I'm correct with this, but the number, we've always for years said the number of a full roster would be 22.
No, that's
Yes.
incorrect.
You weren't even here.
It was moved up to 26.
Can I talk, who by who?
Or 25,
By
I'm
who?
sorry.
Council never approved that.
Did you guys approve the position of Nick Martinez for the deputy chief position?
That doesn't, he's still the same person. It's not a decrease in manpower.
You make an additional position, so.
It doesn't, it's not a decrease in manpower. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
Just
Go
let me
ahead.
finish. I thought, I mean, we haven't had 22 officers in over 20 years. I mean, we're at 21 right now. I thought, that's what I was confused when you said we got 6 people that were sent to the academy.
That's not what he
No,
said.
I said we had 6 people on the eligibility.
Okay, that's
list.
great. Okay, cool, all right.
So yeah, all 6 of those people are not being hired.
Okay, sorry, no.
Yeah, that's just the eligibility list.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Are the first 2 on this
Point of
list?
order.
Oh, I didn't know it was done, I'm sorry, through the chair.
The floor recognizes Don Kirchhoff.
The first two are current police officers.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct.
I'd like to make a motion that we hire the first two people on this eligibility list.
Support.
I can tell you right now that, Basha was certified, Khalil Saad will come work for the police department if we pay his $9,000 that he is required to pay Highland Park for the academy. So if you're willing to approve Saad to be hired and pay the $9,000, I'll be more than happy to put him through the process.
Through the chair.
Yes, the floor recognizes Salim Abu Ali.
Who do you want to hire out of this list?
Well, right now, Basha, we're gonna be starting the background on Ahmed Saeed and Ali Khalil will be put into the police academy. That is funded by the grant, doesn't cost the city anything. So, from that list, depending if Basho finishes his background and he passes his background, then we'll be fine. If not, then we'll be going to Alex Palco.
And who's gonna cost us that $9,000?
That would be Khalid Saad, number 2 on the list.
So, I think it will only make sense that we put the Fasho for to be hired, and then Saeed and Khalil are the ones that are going to the academy, right? So those
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
That's what we want, so. Why?
There's a motion on the floor.
We're still talking. Oh, that was my motion. I amend my motion to hire the first one on the list.
Yeah, let's,
I'm gonna amend my motion to hire the first one.
I'll amend my second.
So that's a motion.
So we got 3 positions available, and we're only gonna hire 1.
Why?
When we got the money and funding to send people through.
Well, this
the grant.
department is currently going through an investigation, and I don't think we should be hiring people and sending them to the academy until the investigative company has come to some sort of a conclusion on what's going on with the department. The first one is eligible, already a police officer, won't have to go through as much training and as much FTO. He
We'll
will
still have to do
be,
4 months, that's not
well,
correct.
whatever it is, he can start immediately with his FTO, and we won't have to wait the 4 months, for the academy, and then 4 more months for FTO, or 6 months, whatever it works out to be. That's 8 to 10 months from now before they're eligible to be on the road from now. And I'm not comfortable doing any of that until the investigative company has given us some sort of, report, recommendation, anything. I'm okay with hiring the first one, but that's it for now.
through the chair,
We have a motion on the floor.
we're still having a conversation.
Did you amend your support?
Just like it.
Okay, go ahead. Floor recognizes Joe
And
Jackson.
that goes back to the number of officers I was telling you about. You said there's 3 positions available, but you told me you have 21 officers. Like I said, the number that I've always heard was 22 officers was a full roster. Matter of fact, we was told that 17 we can perform well with 17 officers. This is what we were told for years.
Can you clarify this for Mr. Jackson? Because we went through extensive negotiations and never did I hear 22.
Well, no, you're right, there was less actually, the negotiation was 12-hour shifts, and as a result of that, you wouldn't need as many numbers, I think 19 to 20.
The contract
21.
was never changed in manpower.
No, but the contract has a provision in it that when 12 hours kick in, it's 13 patrol officers. And
I don't think that's correct.
what was negotiated is this.
That was the minimum is 13.
Was 13,
co-op.
yeah.
That was the minimum to go on?
Yeah.
to-
Correct.
to-
Yes.
To 12 hours.
And then I wanted 14.
And so what we have, right now, it says max, but this is what we negotiated, the collective bargaining agreement was 21. We're already at 22, is, I think I just heard him say, but they're not all ready to go for various reasons. One was the chief, two was the administrative lieutenant, which is now the deputy chief, three in the DV. And then it says max of 21. There were two for the power shift, total of 19 officers required, and that was the basis in which to give them the $20,000 increase in their wages. That's what we negotiated in the collective bargaining agreement.
I'll be contacting Chad Husband in the morning, because I don't think that's accurate.
And through the chairs.
Yes, the floor recognizes Joe Jackson.
And Councilwoman Contreras has a point. Right now, as we're up with the microscope, I don't think it would be wise for us to add more to that going on right now until we find out what's going on in the department. And, or until we come to some type of resolution. I think we're at a very safe number right now. Like I said, we haven't had this many officers in a long time. And not to mention, we have a lot of support. We got the sheriff's support. The officers out there are doing a great job. I see them every day. I see them when they do responding to calls. I don't see it as a big rush, for us to pile more on right now. And we still, and in all fairness, another thing too, we still have somebody else that shouldn't be on the payroll, in my opinion. That should be off the payroll.
We're not gonna talk about that, it's pending an investigation.
Yeah,
Well, nothing, we're not gonna talk about it.
okay. Like I said, right now, we're paying $673,000 for kids because of nonsense. And I just want to be. We're good right now. I don't need to push it. I think one officer or two officers are great. We'll be great for now, and then we have a good lineup of people ready for the academy when it's time to put them in. When we get rid of some of these other vehicles.
Yes, the floor recognizes Lisa Powell.
So I agree that 22 would be enough, right? Between now and whenever they're finished. So the academy is for January, right? Chief? They're in the academy in January?
21st of July.
July?
Yeah.
July? Okay. But yeah, I understand it takes so long to get an officer ready for the road, right? And I think sending them to the academy doesn't cost us anything. It doesn't do anything to the investigation either. What it would do is we secure two officers to be ready if we ever lose, officer, which we most likely will, between now and the time they're finished with the academy. So I don't see how it affects any of the processes that we're talking about.
So the process of sending to the academy, through the chair, I'm sorry.
Yes, the floor recognizes Joe Jackson.
So the process, when you send them to the academy, it's not automatic hire. You're saying that they're just ready, what is that?
Point of order.
I'm asking, Chief. When we send them to the academy, what's the process after that? Are they automatically hired?
Yeah, they're employees as soon as we send them to the
That's what we
academy.
said.
So we have 9 officers right now that are patrolling. So,
Any officer who bring
and
hands
the 3 here on FPO would bring it to 12.
Through the chair. The grant covers the academy?
Yeah.
Cost for the academy?
Everything,
And the payroll?
not the payroll.
We pay for them?
I thought they covered
No,
the
they cover the
payroll.
payroll.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's my point. It's not
For everything.
What do you mean?
So during the academy period, which is like the 6 months that they go to the academy, it's covered.
Okay, so when they're employed, we're covered.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
we're
6
covering-
months, you
we're
have 4
covering
months
more
to be
officers, right?
I understand it, but you know how many cities are hungry to have.
We
people
have a
wanting to
lot of
work
other
for them?
departments that are understaffed right now.
We are understaffed.
We're not understaffed. We got 21 officers.
We got 9
DPW needs a
patrol.
ton of workers. We got 21 officers on payroll.
That doesn't mean they all patrol the road.
But the thing is,
So
Joe,
what are they
again,
doing?
Joe, I'm not.
You know, show them.
Okay, hold on a second.
Hey, what is going on?
I said, hold on a second. Mr. Fredericks, would you like to chime in since you are a retired police officer? What is your input?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, there's a few points that seem to be getting missed. They only run 2 academies a year because they are 6 months. So if you're gonna wait on these people, there's other departments out there that will gobble them up. And then we have to start all over again with the interview, the process to establish another list. And it's just spinning your wheels and spinning your wheels. I find it very ironic that people who complain about nothing being done about speeders and traffic violators are the same people that won't hire more cops to do it. I mean, it's just,
Well done.
and it doesn't make sense.
Well done.
Point of order, no, don't do that.
Don't tell me how to do my job, Joe. This is why it infuriates me that this body sits up here and says nobody's out patrolling the roads, they're not doing their job, yet we have a list of people to hire, and you guys are
Never
saying
said
no,
that.
it's a
Never said that.
point of order. This is crazy to me. Crazy.
We do have a motion for it,
Any other discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Jackson,
but this is for the one officer. Yes.
Abuali,
No.
Marcy,
Yes.
Frederick,
No.
Contract.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we hire the first 3 eligible positions on the administrative list.
Moved by Frederick, supported by Abu Ali. Any discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Jackson,
No.
Abuali,
Yes.
Marcy,
No.
Frederick,
Yes.
Contract.
No.
You guys should be
Yeah,
ashamed of
right.
yourself.
Yeah.
Remember this at election time. Remember it.
Disgusting.
This is ridiculous.
Campaigning?
Disgusting.
Are you
Yeah.
campaigning?
Point of order.
You're good.
Anyway, moving on. Public
Good
safety
report.
fire.
Oops, sorry.
Good evening, folks.
Good evening.
I'm Chief Staff Officer, we have nothing to report from the fire department other than we have our grant coming. We have plenty of smoke detectors, so please let your residents know. 313-943-2134, they get a fire, they can get an entire house installed with smoke detectors.
Was that the phone number?
313-943-2134. They'll get you in contact with our office, they'll schedule to come out, and we'll have people come out all for free, install smoke detectors for you.
All right.
Anything else?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. Public Works and Water Director. Good evening.
All right, got Nick from City Engineering to discuss the, she gave me a parking lot at the Fieldhouse, this and that, so.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. My name is Nick Duvan from Hennessy Engineers. Just to give a little background on the Fieldhouse project, the city received around $4.7 million in grants to make some improvements over there, inside and out. Part of that is a $2 million ARPA grant. Part is a $2 million Wayne County and about $700,000 Spark grant. There's a $2 million portion, the Wayne County portion, needs to be spent by this October, and we're about halfway through that with some of the interior work that's been done. So this paving should take us to the rest and fully exhaust that fund that we need to spend by October. So we issued a bid. Sorry, just to back up, the project includes full repaving of the Fieldhouse parking lot with concrete in the front, new sidewalks, and then new asphalt around the back of the building and along both sides, striping, new bumper blocks,
everything there. There were a couple things, we wanted to do a little more concrete there, but we're limited in time, because of Wayne County permit rules that would have required some other steps and some other things. So we're doing a strengthened asphalt on the boat ramp side, thicker base, so it'll hold up a lot better. And so we published a bid request for this project, and we actually got 8 bidders this time around. It was a really good turnout. They were all fairly close. Our low bidder was T&M Asphalt Paving. Their bid was $871,655. And we've worked with them quite a bit in the past, both on private projects and some municipal in Monroe County, Wayne County, in Woodhaven here. They're a company out of Milford, Michigan, and they do pretty good work. So we recommend going with the low bidder on this one. And we'd like to ask for a resolution to award the contract to T&M Asphalt Paving in the amount of $958,820, which includes a 10% contingency for the Civic Arena Fieldhouse parking lot rehabilitation project.
So moved. Support.
Moved by Marcy, supported by Jackson. Any discussion?
Chair?
Yes.
Most
Board recognizes Wheeler Marcy.
Thank you. The parking lots, are you gonna put in a big parking lot on where we put the, I guess we can't. Well, I guess we could. Sorry, my head's rolling, cause it's exciting the hell out of me. Are we gonna put parking blocks in that parking lot? And the reason being, parking blocks, I guess, for Melvindale days are gonna be a mess, but if we put parking blocks in there, I don't know if Melvindale days can work around it, but it would stop those people from doing donuts in that parking lot.
So we could look into that and could discuss and kind of get some feedback from the city. Right now, the proposal is to put them at the parking spaces abutting the building, so nobody smashes in. We have them around the perimeter, so no one rolls into the Rouge. There's going to be a bunch extra because we've called for the full removal and replacement. But Larry and I and DPW can go through and look, and maybe there's some we can relocate or save, or we don't want to hinder boat travel and things like that. So that maybe there's a medium we can find.
Yes, the board recognizes Lisa Powell.
So what has been done to the Fieldhouse?
The roof.
The roof. I know the turf. Yeah, those are the 2 main ones. We actually have a kayak launch that's into Spark to review the bid package now. The restroom addition.
I was asking what has been done.
Oh, it has been done now. So there's
those 2 things.
The turf and the roof. Yep.
When were we awarded the grants? Which?
There's 2 grants going on, I just heard that's so Wayne County's given us $2 million, they match what the federal government's given us $2 million. There's $4 million we're putting in the field house. The ARPA funds through the county need to be done by October.
When did we award this? When we were awarded?
We only got this award, I would say.
This was before I was elected.
We had the other one first, and then the other one came in. The first one was the federal one through Congresswoman Lisa Powell at the time. She was here for about a while. The second one came in, and I don't know the exact date, but it could be 2 years. So getting the bid process, the big ticket items going through the seasons, that is what's happening. The roof was done, the HVAC system is next. The Spark grant is a different grant.
So there's no reason for you to run out of time.
Pardon?
Run out of time.
We are, and these grants are.
No, we're not running out of time.
Just we're not.
This is the county portion.
Yeah. A lot of the people who set the milestones for the grants are typically involved.
Yeah, I understand.
There's
It's a big company.
a lot of moves, there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of checking with the state and with the county, and there's a lot.
Is there any way we can get like timeline for like, you know, the plan for it once it's complete? Like, you know, times we're changing this at this time, it's gonna take this long, like, it's, sometimes I just wanna know, just to, you know, just keep up.
For the paving or for the whole?
The project.
Oh, yeah.
Have we decided what we're doing with the rest of the money yet? I know that we walked through with Ray
Right.
and gave him like a wish list, but I know not all those things are gonna be done.
Right, and that's where there are a lot of moving parts. The biggest priority was to spend the Wayne County money first, then we have the other $2 million to spend. There was a big wish list, and not everything's going to be able to be done.
Right.
So that's where we can do anything that was on the list, we can't add new things.
Right, of course.
So that's where Ray's going to be working with the city to see.
When is that gonna happen?
Most like, pardon?
When is that gonna happen?
Um,
When are we gonna figure out with Ray and know exactly what we're doing to that building with the $4 million that we were awarded?
That's what they want to know, just what projects are we qualified for.
Through the chair.
Yeah, the floor recognizes Rich Ortiz.
Nick, so there's several projects going on. The Sparks grant is separate from the county, $2 million from the feds. He is working on it with Ray as well. So prior to this last election or administration, there was a committee that was put together, which we would have to see who the people are, for the interior things that you're talking about. We don't really have that planned out, but this body will have input on that. There was, the big ticket items or capital improvements had to be done first, which were the turfs, which is the roof. The HVAC system is coming in, the parking lot has to happen. Whatever this body, or you get a new committee or the prior administration.
Correct.
That, you can have those conversations with Ray. What do you guys want in there? How do you want it designed? What are you gonna do? But as of right now, until the roof, the HVAC, the turfs.
The main thing.
Correct. After that, you guys get along with it.
Then we'll know what the remainder is. And the thought is, we can put a lot of different things out for bid. We don't have to accept them all. We can put them out for bid, see what pieces would get to your total.
That's my whole point.
And we'll be.
It all makes sense now that we're doing the chair again, I'm not sure if it's too much.
It was still your turn.
So like the main things I understand, but then we wanna have them, like a plan of work or, some sort of structure just to see what, where we're putting the money towards. Cause I understand we need to spend the $2 million from Wayne County before the deadline, but then we kinda wanna have an input in it, just to
Yeah,
have
we
a
can
clear vision on what's gonna happen with the second portion. That's all.
Through the chair.
Hold on a second. The floor recognizes Scott Frederick.
I'm just trying to clear this up. So these 4 projects that Mr. Ortiz just described, those will exhaust the $2 million from the county.
They should put us very
Then
close to
we'll
it.
start going into the Fed.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Hold on a second.
Through the chair, I'll be brief. The process also is the delay, like I know we just sent out the Sparks grant. We can't send it out to bid until the Sparks grant, people look at it and say that seems reasonable, then put it out. We're still waiting to hear from them, but that's the grant that has the dock, the remodeling of the bathrooms, and a park pavilion. And there's also a timeline on that requirement as well. But the final phase going forward, obviously you guys, gals, can all determine what you want in there.
Yes, the floor recognizes Leon Marcy.
The federal money, we lose, right?
Pardon?
The federal money, we do not lose. I mean.
The ARPA portion?
Yeah.
No, you do not. There is a spending deadline though.
Oh, there is.
It would be next year.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just not as.
Okay, all right.
Not as.
So if we don't spend it, we do lose it.
You do lose it,
Yes.
but there's a whole extra year on this, and a lot of these things can be done fairly quickly.
Okay. Alright. Should we still have a motion on the floor? Alright. Was there any other discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Jackson,
Yes.
Abouali.
Yes.
Marcy.
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Hartred.
Yes.
Thank you. And would it be possible to put in a motion to
Waive the 7 days,
7 days?
sure. I need a motion to waive the 7-day waiting period. Can I finish speaking? Jesus. Moved Moved by Jackson, supported by Marcy. Call the vote, please.
Jackson,
Yes.
Abuali,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Artrett.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Building official, you got it.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Last Wednesday, July 10th, the Planning Commission met regarding one item as a site plan approval for 18621 Allen. So I am looking for a motion to concur with the Planning Commission. Item number PC 25-29 to approve the site plan installation of a daycare playground at 18621 Allen Road, pending their specifications.
Support?
Moved by Jackson, supported by Kirktrap. Any discussion?
Yes, through the chair.
Yes, the floor recognizes Don Kirktrap.
How far from the alley is the back side of this fence? You're saying exactly stay.
So from the public alley to that fence, with Councilman Trump, is around 12 feet.
Okay, there's no wall going in there, correct?
No, there is no wall going in there, no.
Is it a possibility
There's
that
a chain, there's a
just
chain.
a 4-foot chain link?
Yeah, well, it's a 5-foot chain link as of right now.
Okay.
It actually says 4 foot 25.
Is there a possibility that we can require they put up that mesh to stop rocks that might be thrown up from tires going down the alley or cars in the parking lot, so they don't go through the fence and hit a child?
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. What you're saying is the slots that go through the fence.
No, not the slots, it's the black mesh, like they have at a couple of the businesses around here. It's just a real fine mesh, so nothing can get through it. Or the ones that run through, but those don't last as long as, I don't
Yeah, that's a pretty good
think,
suggestion.
the mesh allows the wind and stuff to go through, so. I just wanna make sure rocks and stones and anything
that's a
that
pretty
can be
good
picked
idea.
up from the alley or the parking lot can't go through.
Yeah, we can make that suggestion, I'm sure. Okay. Be happy to do that.
Thank you.
Any other discussion?
Through the chair.
Yes, the floor recognizes Lane Abuali.
For daycare? Good.
Yeah, this is a daycare. Yeah, there is a high demand for
Which is attached to the supermarket next door?
this. The building
How
is
big
not
is it?
part of the supermarket, there's a wall in between them.
How big is it?
1,800 square feet total.
One restroom?
There is 2 restrooms.
Two restrooms. And how big is it again? I'm sorry.
1,800 square feet total.
That's big enough for a daycare?
Yeah, they're following the guidelines through the state of the regulations and guidelines of the state, staff per ratio per child, and through that, they have that like fully inspected. This is one of the requirements for the state that they have to have an outdoor play area to have a licensed daycare.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Jackson,
Yes.
Abuali,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Artrett.
Yes.
That's it, thank you.
I have a question, Brad, before you go on, sorry, through the chair. The marble place over on, Allen.
Yes.
When we, as a council, okayed their request for an addition to that building, the reason that they wanted that addition was to put all of their marble inside. Every time I go by, there's more outside, more outside. They've got a dumpster up near the street, scrap pieces all over. Now they've got broken down vehicles with doors off the back in the bank parking lot. Did they buy the bank? What's going on over there? Because they're not keeping everything contained inside like they said they were going to when they requested that addition, and it's looking messier and messier and messier every time I drive down Allen Road.
I'll tell you what, I will do a follow-up for them and bring you back with some information.
Okay,
I do
one
believe
more.
they did acquire the bank though.
I have one more question about the driving school.
Yes.
Do we have any update on what they're doing? Because now there's just tractors, trailers parked over there and people over there driving, but they're not building a building and paying property tax,
Yeah.
they've got an empty lot and they're running a business on it.
Yeah.
So I think
Go ahead.
the issue with that is they're having a hard, I know that, DPW's been out there, they hired a surveyor to find the sewage and the water connection. And I think that they're having a hard time locating that. So that's been the holdup. I've been out there, I believe, 3 times, to kind of help facilitate. I don't know, normally a surveyor can find those things. I know that, Mike Morgan was out there with, Brian, and they're trying to use what the previous building had instead of doing all new lines. So, I believe the gentleman that purchased the property is looking for a new surveyor because the previous one was of no help. And the plans that I got from the building department, really didn't show a whole lot either.
There's not a whole lot of great plans, that was an old
That
structure
was old,
there.
yeah.
I'd be happy to
So-
reach out to them and see if I can get an update on what their plans are.
Because they're absolutely running a business off that empty
Yeah, I
lot.
noticed that too, it looked like they're doing some training in the trucks in the lot, now doing some training at the school.
Which that's what it was going to be all along, was it?
It was, they did it.
Right, but now they're running
the
a school, but they're not paying the property taxes that would be attached to a
Yeah.
building or a business at that location.
Yeah, and the site plan was approved for a building and some landscaping and some other
Yeah.
stuff as well too, it's not complete.
Now we just drive by and now it's lined up
I'll
with
follow
tractor
up
trailers.
on that, Councilwoman.
Thank you. That's it for tonight, for you.
Thank you.
Alright, Fieldhouse. City Administrator, Finance Director.
Good evening. We have a couple items. The building signs, is Miss Jean tomorrow. She has done a lot of work and research regarding.
I've done a lot of work.
She has some things to present and discuss regarding the building signs.
Isn't this going through DDA?
That building has got 3 sections to it: general fund, DEA, and library. So we need to
Do we have it?
if you want me to be really brief, I can just. You want to just keep talking? Are you just gonna?
Johnson sign?
Oh, we put it in the packet? Yeah, you brought it, and it did make it.
We had you deputy clerk.
All right, these are in our baby, yes.
Up now. So explain. Okay, so we're looking for approval. We have gotten the approval through the library and through the DDA. You guys are my last hope. You're my only ones. Because this has been over a year long project. So we're looking for a what do they call it? Oh my god, I've lost my whole mind. Electronic message center. So a sign in front of the library, kind of close to the parking lot for the DDA building / senior center. And this sign will be LED. It will be allow us to program events for the library, events for the senior center, and highlight stuff that's going on in the Memorial Hall. So, congratulations on your baby, wedding, graduation, whatever. So, it's something that will be utilized by all 3 departments. And it's going to be beautiful monument sign that will be lovely. And so we got the approval for do not exceed for DDA 12,000, and we got the approval for the money for the sign with the library. So the first one that you guys are looking at is this one. We have 2 different companies. Just a hint, we're all leaning towards the Johnson Sign Company. Well, I guess what I'm looking for from you is more or less just the funds. I can take care of the decision if I need to. The reason being is I like the stone that the Johnson Sign Company uses. It matches the outside of the library a little bit
So
more.
we can get that part.
Oh, you didn't get pictures?
No.
I can give you pictures.
The only picture we got was the back one for the front. I think I remember seeing it, this one here.
Yeah. But that's a picture.
Sure, isn't this similar to the one that is at?
Lincoln Park.
Correct.
The Lincoln Park, not the senior center, the one that's on Ford Street, but the Lincoln Park that's on
The community center on
center
Dix.
that's on Dix. It's a beautiful sign. And Johnson Sign Company did that sign, so it's lovely. And I just think it'll be nice. The library personally has wanted one of these signs for years, but
So what is the top of it gonna say?
That's still in debates. We're possibly, it's still in debates. Because we don't know what is the best thing to put on there, because it is for 3 buildings.
Right.
That's something that Rich and I will hash out on myself. If you have suggestions, requests, under consideration.
That's sure.
Yes. Floor recognizes Don Cartret.
Aren't those signs lighted on both sides?
Yes,
and
it will
then
be.
they have inserts that go on the top of what, like, couldn't you have one side be for the senior center hall and the other side be for the library?
That's actually genius! That's actually good! I like
One's
that.
gonna face the parking lot of the
Yeah.
hall and the senior center. So if it had that
I
at the
like
top
that.
on one side and the library on the
I'm
other
soft, I
side.
don't have to arm wrestle anybody. I like that answer. That's a good solution, honestly. Because I'm not sure. Because, the sign guy is like, you can't have all 3 things on there because they're going to be too small and it's going to be too busy. And I'm like, well, we can't let, we can go watch the city of Melvindale because this is at City Hall. People are going to think it's a City Hall. We want them to know it's the library. We want them to know it's the senior center. And the memorial hall. So, any other questions about the sign? It is a monument on both sides. LED. I've actually seen what is going to be in the center. It's lovely. It's going to be nice and crisp.
And I'm sorry, the cost you said for that was
So
12,000.
the senior center's portion of it, which is essentially what we need your approval of, is going to be about 12,000 in the box. I think the total for the Johnson right now is 29,887, but there's also, we need a little wiggle room because they have to do some digging and figure out the placement.
So are we splitting this equally 3 ways, or what?
3 ways, equally. Yes, I'm sorry, equally 3 ways between the DDA, the library, and the senior center general fund.
Okay.
So through the chair,
So the floor recognizes Rich Ortiz.
we did not have a quorum to have a
Yeah, we
DDA
didn't.
meeting. We're gonna go through this with them. They already approved the dollar amount. Our dollar amounts were, we first started on this, was it like 60,000, 80,000?
Yes, I think that's at the bottom, at the back, because we add Savvy one, and they never even came to the building.
Right. So, we have gone to the other bodies, they've approved this amount, we're like 36 would be the max, we're not gonna go there, we don't know if there's additional cost, but again, DDA has approved the amounts. Library has, DDA has not seen what you have just seen yet, because.
We did see this.
You've seen all of it?
Not all of it, but we did see.
She was coming tonight to do that earlier. By the way.
Did we already see this?
Yeah, you've seen, yes, you haven't seen the one with the stone.
The
I
new
had to add the stone. When we first saw it at the DDA meeting, it was just aluminum, and that just did not move me. It didn't look as nice as the Lincoln Park one.
Okay.
The Lincoln Park was really nice, it matched the building.
So we're looking for a motion for, it's Johnson Sign Co.
Yeah.
And the amount of $12,000 for the senior portion.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Jackson, supported by Marcy. Any discussion? Yes, we'll recognize it. Scott Frederick.
Well, all of these proposals indicate that your price does not include electrical ran into the sign location. Is that something you guys can do?
You know about this, I'm still now, so I'll have to look into it.
I'm going to keep your account. I know.
Because if not, then there's gonna be money
Additional
for
costs.
electricians and stuff, so keep that.
We didn't think that's hard.
Yeah, that's why I was like that. I don't know how much I'm giving it to you. You said you didn't know about it.
Alright, any other discussion? Seeing none, call vote.
Jackson,
Yes.
Abouali,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Artrett.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
you have one more.
Oh.
Because now it's a senior center.
Oh, that's correct.
That's the other thing you have, is just the senior center. The sign that's, huh? I know, I'm monopolizing the whole thing. Sorry, I got more money. No, it's not. This is actually very, you can see the quote. This is not bad.
This is on the back page.
Oh, did I give you the police department one? No, it's this one. Senior center. This one.
Oh, it's this one, okay.
So again, there's two different versions of it. The small one, ignore my circle. This one, well, because I did it. And then the other one is this one. I think that Sandy likes this one with the city seal, because we like the consistency of the seal being on the buildings. This is not a lighted sign. This is going onto the, depending on where you're facing, but the left side of the door, so it's closer to the street. Just to say that this is the Melvindale Senior Center. We also have a sign in the front of the building that will be lighted. It's been approved by the DDA, not the design. That will say the Ensign Memorial Hall. That will be a lighted sign on the front of the building. This is just a small sign on the side of the building. Sides of the building to say, hey, senior center.
Hello. You said these
Hello.
circles mean nothing.
Hey, hello, how do you? Sorry.
What are the circles?
That's where Sandy originally wanted it, but then when we saw the things, we decided to change it, and he didn't change the picture. When I changed it with him, he used the same picture that I initially sent him.
Through the chair.
Yes, the floor recognizes Wheeler Marcy.
It just, folks, the levity up here, guess what? Double the fun, because you are a,
Library?
no, you're a twin.
Yes.
She's got a sister just like her. Is she identical?
How do you know she's not here today? Yes,
I
she's
know.
identical.
I know, you got me many times.
Alright, did we have a motion for the,
I just think it's exciting. This building is completed. We're finally going to put a stamp on it, literally by a sign, and say, here, we're here, we've got the stuff, and the library's gonna have a sign that says, we have story time!
Love that you're excited.
do we have a motion? Okay, so we're looking for a motion to approve, this was by Johnson Sign Co. too?
There's both. Johnson sign is 625, and the other one.
The 625 is for the senior center sign, right?
It is for the senior center sign, yes, because that's not a lighted sign.
Okay.
And I can't do the math on the other one. Just give me a second. You have it where it's got the little. So quick, I had 397 and 215, about 600 something as well.
On three sides.
So, what is it that you need?
397 and 215, 397. Well, maybe we should just wiggle through. I want to work with Johnson.
Johnson is.
Isn't it this one?
Johnson, she wants to do it
Yeah, right
Johnson.
here.
So if we have it like a do not exceed amount, because we do have to finalize the design, and depending on the size we go,
So,
Johnson.
but it's not gonna be much
more than 1,000?
No.
Okay. So if we did up to 1,000, you would be good. Okay, so we're looking for a motion to go with Johnson Sign Co. for the senior center sign on the side of the building, not to exceed $1,000.
So moved.
Moved by Marcy, supported by Jackson. Any discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Jackson,
Yes.
Abuali,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Archer.
Yes.
Thank you!
Here, take your paper.
Oh,
I don't need no more paper, I got
that
enough.
doesn't have, but.
Here.
Thank you. This is awesome.
I would like to thank Janine with her efforts on it. It's been a long time, and thank you for making all that happen.
Great job. You know what's the total, right?
I am requesting a motion that would pay out to Jessica Winward in the amount of $6,645.72.
So moved.
Moved by Marcy, supported by Abu Ali. Any discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Jackson,
Yes.
Abuali,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Archer.
Okay, then the final item is first right of refusal. We have to make a selection as well as get a resolution if we are going to purchase any properties through the Wayne County foreclosure process. They need our answer by July 30th. We do not meet again until August. Mr. Brad Burns, are you able to comment? I know Max was here earlier.
Still here.
Matt, both of you, if you both would like to come up, you've looked at the properties, or at least have an idea, and explain. I just know we need to get something submitted by July 30th, we can talk about the property.
Yeah, well,
Just real quick, I have a question. Were these the only two properties that were for fair refusal?
as of right now, I just
Okay.
have two properties.
I don't know that you better can bring that kind of energy, but.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give it a try.
I might need you, Janine.
Sorry.
Come on,
Steve Brad really is excited.
I like that. Come on, the properties.
Just for a little background, what first right to refusal is, that's with these properties, it generally takes about 3 years if the owner doesn't pay their property taxes, and the property generally starts going in disrepair, and then it goes to a Wayne County, forecloses on the property, and they offer the city the first right to purchase it. And in the past, we've taken advantage of these, and the one we're tearing down, I believe we're at council a few meetings ago, that was a property that we obtained through first right to refusal. So if the property's worth it, we will look at trying to rehab it through the EDC and other means. If it's not, we'll slate it for demo and hopefully have some redevelopment of the property in the future. That's the background on the actual property. So, like Mr. Ortiz says, we have to make a decision on it, if we want them or not, at a certain date, and we need council approval to do that. These particular properties, Max and I are still looking into. He might be able to talk about. One is just, I believe, a lot, so it may not even be worth it.
Yeah, one of them, is only 35 by 18 feet, and I'm 99.9% sure it's a double description, so I'm probably gonna have to get that cleared up, take it to state tax commission and fix that. The other one is a vacant lot on Robert. It looks like a decent lot, 35 by 119, so it's a pretty standard lot through there. But at this point, we'll be looking for a motion to, the council have the ability to purchase these lots first or refusal.
So moved.
If we decide we want them.
If we decide, yeah.
Yeah.
With the contingency that they're worth it.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Moved by Marcy, supported by Jackson. Any discussion? Yes, before recognizes Scott Frederick.
Just one question, who's David Griffin?
So my legal name is David,
Oh.
and everyone calls me Max.
Okay.
So it's funny because I signed a bunch of documents right for us and my certification numbers and everything. Remember, who's David? Penny said that the other day.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's me. Yeah, so
That's all right.
yeah.
That is funny. Any other discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Jackson,
Yes.
Abouali,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Arquette.
Yes.
Alright,
Alright,
thank
so
you.
turn around and say yes.
I know, right? Yeah, we can't bring the energy back.
Real quick, Fred, to kind of go back to the demo on Harmon, have we started that?
We are in the process of getting bids for that.
Okay.
And we're also looking at some other possibilities with some developers looking at doing the demo for the lot as well.
Oh.
Save us from money on it.
Maybe rebuild on it after it's done?
Correct.
Yeah, that was a good idea, okay. Anything else?
I do, I would like to just speak really briefly on a few comments you have made. I would like to just correct the record. A couple meetings ago, you had mentioned that we have no communication. And I would just like to say that is you choosing not to communicate with me. All the years that I have worked here, never has there been an issue with me communicating with the mayor. I would think, you probably attest to this, Mr. Marcy, but when you were mayor, I would think our communication, I probably communicated with you more than I did with my wife during that time. Anytime you communicate with me, I do respond. In fact, there's been a few times where you, for whatever reason, have not done something and they have reached out to me. One in particular was a grant that needed to be signed by you. They're calling me. I knew nothing of this because the correspondence was going to you. They called me to address this and I did, and you did sign it. Recently, and this does need to be addressed by this body, the Downriver Community Conference has reached out to me. There is no representation there. I did bring this to your attention
Correct.
a few meetings ago. So, again, I want to just correct the record on this zero communication. Anytime you reach out to me, I do respond. The next item that I want to discuss is just, the chief had mentioned Facebook. There are a lot of things that are false. I don't believe them. So it came to my attention, again, I'm bothered by the false statements that you've made. I don't know if this is because, I guess you're not ignorant to the topic, or because you did no research, or it could be a lie. One, there was some topic about speed bumps in the city, and you specifically threw my name out there, the city admin. We can't afford speed bumps or speed bumps, police officers, so we need speed bumps because of my ridiculous salary. I am not just the city administrator. I'm the city administrator, finance director, and human resource director. And I think of all the years I've been here, I've worked hard for this city and will continue to work hard for the city. And I believe the auditors have just shown that the city is doing well financially. So I'm only here, what I just said now was to correct the record because of some of the comments she has made. I just wanted to correct the record. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Sure. All right. Corporation Counsel.
Yeah, I'm requesting a closed session regarding pending litigation and contractual negotiations.
Are we voting?
I believe so.
Okay, so then I need a motion to recess into closed session at 9:01.
So moved.
Moved by Marcy, supported by Jackson. Call the vote.
Jackson,
Yes.
Abouali,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Arquette.
You good? Oh, man, I got you. Take care of my rib. I know I talked to her. You told me how old you were. I wouldn't
You want to do it after we